G'day, it's AJ. Have you heard the saying, comparison is the thief of joy? I couldn't agree more. Quite often, as dear little humans, we find ourselves comparing people, their wealth, their job, their title, their success, their cars, their house, their travel, their holidays, their relationships. Whatever it is, we can often get caught in the comparison loop. And what that really means is we're feeling not good enough, not worthy. We're seeing someone else as better than us. And that means, on the scale of consciousness by David Hawkins, that we're below 200, which is the tipping point between an expansive life and a contractive life. So when we're comparing, we're typically in either anger, hurt, shame, or we could be just in ego, dear little ego. And ego is at 175, pride. And that still means that we're seeking validation for ourselves outside of ourselves and seeing others as better somehow. And even if our comparison means we're seeing ourselves as better, we're still stuck in that state. We're still stuck in the ego and the pride. So what we need to do is learn to accept, to just be willing to accept things as they are, to have even a sense of neutrality around that's their journey and I acknowledge it and I cheer for them, but it doesn't impact on me at all because I'm doing me. So we want to rise above the line to 200, 250. So 200 is courage, and it takes courage to flip the switch. It takes courage to stop being fed by social media that tells us we're not enough. It takes courage to rise above that and to just be satisfied with our own life. If we're going to compete and compare, do it with yourself and the results that you had yesterday so that you can grow and become better. When we rise above to 250, 300, 310, we're at willingness, acceptance. We see things for as they are, we accept them, and we're happy no matter what is going on with other people. Quite often I work with clients who are millionaires on a larger scale than I am, who have great wealth and success, who have massive companies. And it's super easy for me to fall in the trap of going, wow, look at what they've got. Look at their big mansion on the hill. Look at their company across 6 different countries. Look at all their staff and employees. Look at their Maserati. It doesn't matter what it is. It's super easy to get caught in the trap of comparing. Look, they've published 10 books. It really doesn't matter. What we want to do is be happy for them and not compare what's going on for them to our life. Because quite often I find with many of those millionaires I'm working with is they have a load of stress and anxiety. They're fearful all the time of losing their wealth. So they begin protecting. They start shutting people out of their lives, or they feel an incredible sense of burden. A burden of carrying all these employees, of feeding all these families, of being responsible for all these people. And so watching the market and worrying about what's the economy going to do, because I have so much relying on that. And instead, can you just find acceptance, willingness, and peace? And that's what I find out here in the bush. I'm truly grateful to live where I live, that I get to immerse myself every day in Mother Nature. And when you look around at this abundance, these plants don't compete. This one doesn't not flower because the bunch next to it isn't ready to flower or is flowering brighter. It just does. It just exists. It feeds itself and it radiates from within. And so can you and I. So comparison is the thief of joy. And deep down, everyone I work with, what they're always looking for is a life of peace and joy, of happiness, of wholeness, of satisfaction, of love. And that comes from accepting who we are, where we're at, and being joyful every step of the way as we climb our own mountain. May you find yourself able to just run your own race today and not compare and compete. Food for thought.